Hey man, say man, it's Underground Engineers, and I'm back with another video. Now, this is gonna be this is gonna be a series. So for each course I touch on, I'm gonna make it into a series, and you can find all those videos in a playlist. This one specifically is gonna be the introduction to thermodynamics. So we're going to touch on the first law of thermodynamics. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to so since it's my first ever tutorial or whatever, I'm gonna, and I want my YouTube account to be very relatable. So I want it as if like I'm a student talking to students, like, you know. And so the way it's going to work, I'm going to give you the content in one video, and then the second one, I'm going to do a question or two. All right? Now, thermodynamics. Okay, since thermodynamics. I took thermodynamics third year, right? And I failed for like 3/4, like, you know what I mean? Like 3/4 of that class. Like, it wasn't until my final exam, which I got like a 90, that bumped my grade to a credit. And I know you're thinking, oh, like, I'm an idiot. Like, how is an idiot trying to teach thermodynamics? But there's some saying out there where it's like, because I know my failures, I can teach my failures. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they ain't really my failures. It's because the professor he was garbage. Like, he was garbage. I would go into his class leaving more and more confused, and they never ever answer a straightforward question. Like, I'm like, does this nigga even know the content himself? Like I don't even know. Like, this guy, oh my days, I wanted to like find him, because at that moment, like, I don't think he understands that this is not the only class that we have. This guy thinks like we're only going to his class, so like we will never do questions. You know what I mean? He said, "Oh, doing a tutorial," and then the tutorial, it's like some PhD student, and this nigga doesn't even know shit himself. Like, I'm just talking to a bunch of idiots at this point. Like. And I try to find the information. Bro, I'm just babbling. Okay, so I'm gonna get into either way, what I'm trying to say is thermodynamics, there's a lot of babble in the class. They babble so much, so much. And you ask them, hey, is this gonna be assessed? They're gonna tell you, you're gonna find out. I'm like, nigga, what does that mean, bro? Like, you're supposed to help make my life easier, and I'm like, this nigga is making my life hard. Now we're going to get into the introduction. So first law of thermodynamics coming up. Let's get it. So the gist of this video is going to be talking about the first law of thermodynamics and how it relates to internal energy and work. So pretty much, what is the basic idea behind the first law of thermodynamics? So it's like, overall, to sum it up, thermodynamics is essentially that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can simply be transferred from one place to another. Now, that is something very important that you're going to have to keep in mind throughout this whole course. Like, not just what it is, like, actually try to, like, conceptualize it, right? So let's say if we have a system and everything outside of it and its surroundings, energy can flow into that system and out of the system. And there's two ways in which energy can do so, and that is usually through heat and work. But there's other ways as well but since it's introduction, we're going to keep it to that. All right, so if heat flows into the system gains energy, and that energy is known as internal energy. So it's known as internal energy of the overall system that is represented. So you like, I'm trying to like, because this is my first time, so I'm still kind of learning. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but just know there's like a system, but there's many different types of system. like isolated and non-isolated, and there's other more that we can get into. All right. And so this system, like mathematically, is represented by a capital U, and now the surroundings can do work on a system. So those are the two ways in which a system can increase its internal energy. It's usually by the transfer of heat into the system, or the surroundings performing work on the system. So let's say if you have a surrounding that performs 300 joules on a system, that means the internal energy goes up by 300. So the net change is a positive. Like, and try to like conceptualize what that means as well. Not try, I'm supposed to be telling you that, but whatever. So delta, so like the change in U, so delta U increases the energy of the surroundings, however has to decrease by 300. If you, man, so the sorry guys, this is my first ever time. I'm still trying to like right now. So you know what I'm trying to say, like the change, like it has to be proportional. The change of the system has to be proportional to the change of the work that's performed on the system and the heat that transfers into it, essentially. So if the change of U increases, the energy of the surrounding, however, has to decrease by 300. And so energy is like, it's kept the same. It hasn't, like the energy, like whether it's work or heat, it's, so if one goes up, one has to go down to keep it afloat, right? What else? So like, yeah, so essentially like the system didn't just get the 300 joules from nowhere. The 300 joules of energy came from somewhere. It came from the surroundings. A good way to illustrate this is to use, let's say, like money. If you decide to sell a laptop for $500, someone will buy the laptop for $500. Let's say if someone buys it, your bank account will increase by 500, but that person's bank account will decrease by 500, and so the money just doesn't come from nowhere. Just doesn't. Sorry, I'm trying to read from a script right now, and this is not how I should be teaching you guys, but just want to make. I just have like dot points that I just don't want to miss, right? So the money just doesn't just magically come from somewhere. All right, let's get about that. All right, so that's essentially the first law of thermodynamics. Now we're going to get into the different types of systems and like how to apply. That'll be the next video. So that video will come out sometime next week. It's just I don't have my iPad with me. It's with my little sister, and I'm not over there right now. Yeah, I'm still getting used to, like, I don't know how I should like answer these questions. I don't know like how to screen record like and answer these questions on an iPad or something like that. But next week I'll be back.